There was once a young man who felt trapped in a life that no longer resonated with his soul. Against the wishes of his family, he walked away from a prestigious job, one that promised security, wealth, and status. But no amount of money could fill the growing emptiness within him. He had heard tales of wise sages living in the distant mountains, men who had renounced the world to find truth beyond material existence. He longed for such clarity, and so, with nothing but a small bag and an unshakable determination, he booked a one-way flight to the east. His journey was arduous. The roads were unfamiliar, the language foreign, yet a quiet voice within urged him forward. In the villages, he inquired about a master, someone who could unveil the mysteries of life and liberation. Seek the hermit in the mountains. He has guided many who came before you. And so, the young man pressed on, traversing dense forests, wading through rivers, and ascending misty trails where few dared to tread. With every step, anticipation grew in his heart. Until at last, in the silent embrace of the towering peaks, he saw him. The one the villagers had spoken of. The wise hermit sat upon a weathered stone, eyes closed, as if he had been expecting him all along. As the young man approached him with effortless grace, his face radiant with his face radiant with a serene kindness that needed no words.
Master, I have traveled far to find you. I carry many questions, and I will not leave until I have the answers I seek.
The hermit offered only a warm smile, then gestured for him to sit.
What is it you wish to know, my son?
The young man's voice trembled with longing.
I left behind a world of conflict to understand the true nature of life. What is our purpose? Surely we do not exist just to toil for a paycheck, to sit in cramped offices, to struggle endlessly for survival. This can't be what life is about. How do we change it? Tell me, Master, what can I do to change my life?
The hermit closed his eyes for a moment, inhaling the crisp mountain air. Then, with a gentle smile, he answered.
You are already living life, my son. There is nothing in life that needs to change.
The young man was stunned. This was not the wisdom he had expected.
Nothing in life needs to change?
The young man was in disbelief.
Did you not hear me? The world is drowning in greed and meaningless labor. Every day is a cycle of exhaustion and misery. How can you say that nothing needs to change?
The hermit raised a hand, his movements as fluid as the wind rustling through the trees.
Life does not concern itself with how you choose to live it. You were born into this world, and you struggle with it. You see the systems of man and resist them. You reject them, longing for another way.
The young man's heart pounded.
Yes, I want to live as you do. In nature, free from the burdens of the world, I want to renounce it all.
The hermit shook his head gently.
My son, I have not renounced the world. I have embraced it. I have not abandoned care. I care deeper than I ever have before.
The young man leaned in, his mind desperate to grasp the meaning of these words.
How, Master? How did you do it?
The hermit's gaze softened with infinite patience.
I stopped ignoring what life truly was and simply listened. I listened to the river's song, the whispering grass, the laughter of the wind. I felt the mountain breeze across my face, the pulse of the earth beneath my feet. I listened, not to my thoughts nor to desires, but to the voice of life itself. And as I listened, everything from greed, misery, and suffering simply faded away.
A pause. The young man hung on to every word.
Struggle comes from control, my son. You want the world to bend to your will, to reflect the vision you believe is right. I once did the same. I wanted to change humanity, to push enlightenment upon them. I fought to make the world conform to my ideals, but the more I tried to control it, the more suffering I created within myself. Until I realized...
The hermit placed a gentle hand over his heart.
As long as you resist life, you feed the very thing you wish to escape. The greed you see in the world is but a reflection of yourself. People demand that the world cater to them, shape itself around their desires. The greatest master is not the one who controls, but the one who listens. To listen is to surrender to life around you and within you, to move in harmony with the unfolding of life rather than against it. Peace is not something to be attained, it is something to be realized. It begins when you release the need to resist. When you let go of the struggle and misery, you will find that peace was there all along, waiting for you to surrender so that your love for listening could take form.
A hush fell between them. The mountain breeze carried the sage's words into the vast expanse. The young man, overcome with emotion, felt the truth resonate through every part of his being. The wise hermit, with a heart full of love, embraced the young man warmly. And in the days that followed, the young man remained by his side, learning, not by asking, not by seeking, but by listening.
Remember, my son, the earth does not condition life. It is our conditioning upon the earth that creates the greatest suffering. The power to change lies not in the world, but within yourself. The world will finally reveal what it has been sharing with you all along because you have chosen to listen to it.